Hey! I'm doing all this whole stream completely by myself, so it's gonna take me a bit to make sure that everyone is, updated on the fact that I am live, as it were. So let me just quickly announce everywhere that I'm live once more. Do do do. By the way, is the music too soft? Should I make it a little bit louder, or is this an okay volume? I need to know for streamer purposes. You think you're good? All right, cool. Or sorry, you think that I'm good. I'm like, maybe if I learn how to speak English, that might be a good idea. My mic can be a touch louder. Okie dokie, I can do that. Let me see if I can. Maybe if I bring the mic closer to me, that might be a good idea. Making it a bit closer because I can't really speak as loud as I normally would because I'm a little bit under the weather. Just a little bit. Just a little sniffles. Don't worry, I'm not seriously sick. Yay! Awesome. Awesome. So general updates on things as I get everything set up. I have been doing a lot of research on YouTube stuff and Twitch and TikTok and and Instagram and all these other things about what's the best time to post, and I've been doing all this research on what can get get people's attention and stuff like that. That's basically what I've been doing right now, and it's actually honestly really fascinating. Like, it's been really, really cool. It's been keeping me busy for the last couple days, that's for sure. Just making sure. I told my family that I'm live, and then my mom joked and said, okay, well, make sure that we'll all walk through the room. I'm gonna have a whole full party in here. Alrighty, so it's been a little while. It's been a little while since I've done a little bit of streaming. I know, right? So generally I've been working on just like animation stuff. Honestly, that would be a lot of fun. My question is, can I open up? Don't mind me. This, I need a picture of my face. I need a picture of my face. That works. Alright, cool. So right now, I'm actually just gonna try to get as far as I can in a art piece that's going to be inside of an animation meme, or the one that I just recently announced. So that's the deal. That's what's going on. I honestly don't really know what kind of design I want to go for. I know that I want to, like, it's obviously going to be a very yes, paint. Yeah. Oh, actually, this isn't Paint Tool Sai. This is actually Fire Alpaca. Yeah, I don't use Paint Tool Sai. I don't really know what kind of feel I'm gonna go for, so I'm probably just gonna make a few gesture drawings just to kind of give myself an idea of, like, what kind of thing I want to go for. Sad. Similar design. Yeah, the setup is very, very similar. It's like, think of this as like the corner store brand of art programs. I know. Oh my gosh, Paint Tool Sai is so expensive. I've seen that it's a really good program, but personally I prefer Fire Alpaca just because it has like this own animation mode and stuff like that, which is really good for, like, you know, scenes that I want to make, you know, like a bit more animated. Crying emoji. Yes, it is the crying emoji. I've actually never done sketching on stream, so this is probably gonna just be a lot of me being like, I don't know what to draw. I know for a fact that I'm gonna have to draw something that's over in this, like, anything this way. It's gonna be, like, in this direction right here. Because, with the way that the animation is gonna be layered, there's gonna be a character that slides from this side over to that side of the screen. So... Yeah. Fire Alpaca has this, like, animation mode. If you can, like, look way up here. And actually, interesting that you say that, because, someone else literally just asked me today, like, hey, can you give me a tutorial on, like, how to, like, do animations with, like, the way that you do it? And I'm just like, oh, yeah, you're not the only person that's asked me, so, that's actually gonna be, that's probably gonna be my next video, for sure, so keep an eye out for that. I was supposed to start working on it today, but I got a bit delayed, which is totally fine. I mean, like, I was doing other things that are much more important, and I'm very happy that I did. So I'm thinking, since everything has to be kind of over in this area, let's see, that's where the person is, so it's gonna actually be way over here even. It's gonna be this area right there. So, that's gonna be, whoops, hello. That's gonna be, like, our general zone. Like, this is the zone that we're working with here. And I'm gonna probably put this, like, an opacity of, like, 8%. I know that I want it to be something kind of edgy, kind of like, oh, that's spooky, you know? It's like, I want a spooky vibe, but nothing's coming to my brain right now. Maybe if I turn up the music a bit louder, that might help. Hold up. I'm just gonna turn it up just a smidge. Not a whole lot, just a smidge. Spoopy. Yes, very spoopy. It's a very spoopy vibe. We got spoopy vibes in here. I'm thinking, hold up. I actually have a script that I wrote, so I'm gonna quickly pull that up, and I'm gonna take a quick look at that and see if that gives me any ideas. Let's see. It's gonna be 4 drawings in total. Okay, so an emotion. Okay. Okay, I think I've got it. Alright, I think I have an idea on what I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna be drawing 2 different people. Like, it's gonna be kind of like an abstract drawing almost, where it's gonna be very, very, it's more, figurative rather than literal. And it's supposed to be, like, representing, like, all these different mixed feelings that someone is feeling all at the same time. And I think that's gonna be I think that's gonna be really, really cool. But I kind of want it to be, like, overwhelming. Like, I want something to get really up in my face. And then, like, you know, it's, like, things that are, like, super overwhelming. Like, it's, like, compiling on you. And there's, like, so much going on. And I think that'd be really, really neat. So maybe perhaps, like, we're gonna put some, like some heads here. And then maybe one a bit bigger here. One, like... Or maybe, should it be a hand? Kind of like the vibe check meme. Should it be a hand? I don't know if I should do a hand though. It seems a bit cliche, or a bit you know, a bit tacky, as it were. I don't really want a tacky vibe for this. You guys are like, you guys are just like seeing like how my creative process goes. It's like people are like, wow, you've been making videos since you were like 14, and I'm like, yeah, I've been making videos for a really long time. This, like what I'm doing right now, just as a sketch. Yeah, I'm really just brainstorming. I'm thinking about making like the 4 different sketches, and then I'll work on the line art in either another stream or just in something else. I know this stream won't be super long, but I want it to be, you know, what if I combine the idea, like, represent motions through hand gestures? Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. That's really good. You're so creative. You're so creative. I'm like, your creativity is just chef's kiss. That's exactly how I would describe it. Just like I'm a chef inside of a restaurant, and with my, you know, with my long hat like Ratatouille, and you just say anything, and I'm just like, you know, I'm just like Pog. Like, that's me. That little thing right there, that's me. And for anyone who's watching this as a VOD and they're thinking, oh, like, I'm not a good ratatouille, or as you said it, ratatoot tot. Yeah, so I like that. So, like, hand gestures representing emotions. So, I want to do happiness, sadness, anger, confusion, and full-on disassociation, which is like, those are like a big wide array of different kinds of emotions all mixed together. And I kind of want it to be like this monstrosity sort of thing, where it's like this blob, like this gross blob. With like hands coming out of it. That'd be so gross. So, like, maybe kind of like, you know, like there's like an essence, like a big, you know, like something right here, and then there's gonna be like hands, like gross hands, just like going out, like just like, you know, like just like reaching out, and it's just like super gross, you know. It's like, and it's like you have like something like even like going like right here or something like that, you know, like, you know, it's like something like really like reaching out and just like making me feel all gross, you know, kind of like something like that, but it's like everywhere, where it's like there's one here, probably one over here, and like one there, and maybe something there, you know. It's like a really gross blob that just makes you feel like you look at it and you're appalled by it. Like, that's what I want people to feel. And I know that's like such a weird like concept, where it's like, why do you want people to be appalled by like the thing that they're watching? It's like the point is that I'm making an animation that like accurately describes like what it's like to live in my own mind, I guess, or at least an idea of what it is, or at least an idea, because it's like, as I've like gotten older, I realized, wow, like I have like all these very unique experiences that no one, or at least a lot of people, I've never even heard of before. And so, you know, it's kind of like like I should take that opportunity to like, you know, express that, you know, like give some visibility to it, you know? And I'm completely comfortable with it. I'm like, you know what? Like, does this like violate any personal boundaries I have? And honestly, it doesn't. Like, I'm totally chill with it. And you know, it's like once I had the pep talk with myself, I was like, yeah, like I like that. As for the blob though, like the blob is the base shape. Like the hands are definitely going to need a lot of work, and I'm going to need references, which I can absolutely pull up. Like that's no big deal. I'm thinking for like anger, it's probably going to be like either like the middle finger or something like that, you know, that's like something like really vulgar, like something very very toxic in nature. And then like happiness would probably be like a hand like reaching out, like a gesture almost, kind of where it's like a friendly gesture, or even like a wave. Sadness would probably be like, you know, like maybe like I don't know, like what, like when I think of sadness, when I think of a hand when someone's sad, it's almost kind of like limp. You know, it's like there's not really much going on. It's like very just like, it just goes down in like this direction. You know, it's like, it's like the hand just kind of goes in like in that direction. Like everything's just kind of like, you know, it's like there's not really much going on. It's just, you know, very limp. It almost looks kind of lifeless in a way, you know, if you get what I'm saying. And like the thumb would be like right here. It would kind of look like that. It looks like a weird, you know, like egg. Oh jeez, my voice just cracked and I just burped. That is disgusting. So as for yeah, so like sadness would probably be like a very limp hand. The middle finger would definitely be anger. Happiness would probably be like either like a wave or something like that. Disassociation, honestly, like I think like disassociation could be like this could be like a glitch almost, where it's like it's different basic emotions like happiness, sadness, anger, and then like confusion, and then it all combines into complete disassociation, where it's like for a frame of a second you can see like something completely different, where it's almost kind of like this black like blob where there's like nothing else in it, right? It's like a big hold up, let me give an idea. It's like a big black blob, right? And then like it would just have like a couple of hands just like complete like something clearly like losing like its mind or whatever, and then like, you know, it's like hands like right here probably, you know, it's like where it's like what's going on, you know, like I'm just like brainstorming right now. I genuinely like, it's like what I understand though, it's like I definitely want something like along that vibe. You know, it's like I want people to have a lot of things to look at, but the problem is that I don't want to give people too much to look at, because that's one thing with animation that I've learned over the years, and also something I've learned from expert animators who've like gone to school for it, people who've done it for years and stuff like that. They repeatedly say like the audience needs to focus on one thing that's moving throughout a shot. It needs to be interesting enough so that people can see that there's like a whole lot of moving elements, but not so much to the point where people are unable to focus on what the story is telling them because of all the movement that's happening around them. It's like, so like since all the movement would be in like the animation that's gonna slide over from this area to that area, and you guys can't even see that's not good. Like from this area to that area, like that's that's the main focus, but I also want people to be able to focus on this area, kind of more like a background, where it's like you're going through someone's memories almost. Get what I'm saying? So like the palette would probably be very basic, like nothing too crazy with colors. Maybe even like I could like even do like a throwback to like other animations I've done, where it's like with the endless meme where I used a lot of pink at the very end, and then like you know, like and like I use like the color pink, and then even for the 2 for Too Long animatic that I made like several months ago, which honestly I kind of want to do a redo of, because it's like there's some parts that I feel like I could have done better, or I at least could have like gone a bit, I could have explored it a little bit more if I had more time. But yeah, like that's the general idea I'm going for. So maybe like a mix of like pink and blue, but it could be like very pastel-y colors, either super pastel or a very dimmed down version, but I'll get to that like once I actually finish the sketch. So as for the blob, I'm thinking okay, so by the way, I won't be like actually drawing actually be drawing a spider for this, but I'm just trying to go with the concept. So you know how like sometimes characters will have like, you know, like a human body, right? But then they have like 8 different arms and stuff like that that like show different like feelings and stuff like that. I'm thinking of going with something like that, where it's some kind of person, like a person-like thing that's supposed to represent like my own mind in a way, but it's like all the arms and hands are doing a different gesture that represents a different emotion. Like, I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, I think so too. So I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Where it's like, and look at us. Yeah. You see that this is why I need people in my chat, because you guys come up with so many cool ideas, and it's like I don't want it to just. You could also have the person facing away from the camera. Oh, that would be good. That would actually be good practice. You can only see the emotion from the hands. I like that. I like that a lot. It'll be good practice for me anyways, with like getting used to like doing different angles, because believe it or not, I decided to set a goal for myself that by the end of this year I should have mastered doing foreshortening angles, which is like, you know, like very complicated, very exaggerated angles, because I think they can also be used very cinematically, and they can be it's very powerful to have like foreshortened angles in drawing, and so I really want to be able to do that. So while I do a bit of research, I'm just gonna feel free to shoot a question at me while I'm like finding images on Google to help me, you know, figure out a person back turned. Like feel free to like shoot me some questions about like the animation itself, or like what inspired the animation, like what I'm planning on doing next, you know, like all these kinds of different things. Like feel free to just, you know, like send any question, and chances are I'll answer it, or I'll find a way to answer it, but not, you know, like I'll like go around the bush if I'm like not completely ready to answer that. But you guys are really good with like understanding like what's socially acceptable and stuff, so I'm not worried. Alright, so we got a lot of very standard poses. My question is, should it be like directly back, or should it be at like an angle? Like an angle that shows like different feelings, you know? Alright, I'm thinking kind of like at a, like, it's obviously like the, like facing back, but there'll probably be like, I kind of want the person to be like hunched over almost. You know, it's kind of like someone who's like insecure in a way, but there's like different feelings going on. So maybe kind of like that, maybe? I kind of like that. Let's see, hunched over. By the way, sorry for this being like the most boring thing ever. Let me try to keep you guys engaged, because, you know, that's probably a good idea. Honestly, for like, do you think you'd ever make a more abstracted animation, or animations involving object color instead of a person as the focal point? Honestly, I want to try that. Right now, mainly, I just want to get better at being more consistent with practicing animation and practicing like video production, because, you know, it's like my schedule was kind of fucked up for a little while. It was a bit messed up for a while. And, you know, like, I was, like, doing a whole bunch of different... Dude, it's a drawing stream. If anyone is coming here for non-stop action, they're in the wrong place. You're doing great. Alright, thank you. I don't know how, but as I'm researching for, like, the references I'm going to be using, I ended up on a article for, how physical therapy can help straighten, like, backs for, like, older people. I don't know how I ended up with that, but it just happened, like, okay, like, okay. Let me see, let's see. Person back turned. There we go. Yeah, but back to your question about the abstracted animation. I do want to do abstract animations at some point because I think abstract animations are super powerful. And I especially believe that if I'm able to somehow capture like different emotions, like through like the way that I draw, I think that would be really helpful for not only like just like the way that I want to express myself, but also just like in general, you know, it's like there's like so many different things. It's like everyone has their own unique experiences and stuff, and I don't want to necessarily like be like, oh, this is my experience and this is how it's gonna happen, and if you don't like it you know, it's like I don't want people to watch my content and feel bad. I want people to watch my content and have a new perspective, or have a, I guess, or at least find comfort in like what they're watching, where it's like, hey, like someone else feels this way or someone else thinks this way. I'm not the only person that does. You know, it's kind of like something like that. Like I want to go for something along those lines. Also, if my voice sounds super shaky, I am incredibly sorry. Like my leg is just like you like, do you guys ever get like that bouncing leg thing where it's like you're like sitting somewhere and then all of a sudden you just notice that you're like your leg is just bouncing a lot for no particular reason. It's just doing that and you're like, what's going on? Like what's going on? I'm thinking, okay. All right. So now that I've got my references, I'm actually going to start drawing. As for this general part, oh, hello, spider person. So the person that's going to be facing with their back turned. Also, I sound fine. Awesome. Yay. Yes. Like, honestly, like, the leg bouncing thing is so interesting. It's, like, it's so interesting, like, as people, like, how we, like, have, like, our own little, like, I guess, would you call it, like, a stem or something like that? I don't know. It's, like, I know some people would use the term, other people wouldn't, but at least for me personally, I know that I have this habit that where I just like sometimes I'll just sit down and like I'm not doing anything in particular, and then all of a sudden like I'll just like look at my leg, and then all of a sudden it's just like as if like I'm inside of like a bumpy like car or a truck or something like that, you know. You know, it's like all that, like I always find myself like in that kind of like position, especially like when I'm out like hanging out with people. Like I don't know if that's just like anxiety or something like that, which, you know, it's like who knows what it is. Either way, I'm over here having a good time, genuinely. I don't know why that like sounded super authentic. I'm genuinely having a good time. No, yeah, but for real, I genuinely enjoy streaming. I think it's just because I haven't done streaming for like a few days. I'm a bit, you know, I'm probably a bit jumpy about that. And like watch me like end up like, you know, being like fine after Control T. I need to make this a bit straighter. It's like a little crooked, but that's okay. And also that's gonna be like super long. Hold up. We don't want. We're gonna raise this up just a smidge, just an ever so slight smidge, like that. And then we're gonna do, you know, like that right there in the middle. Smack dead center in the middle, you know, and then we got that. Nice. I don't know anatomy. I mean, I do, but like I'm horrible at like following it. Like it's just like I always have this idea in my head, and then it's like when I start drawing, I'm like, why does it never look like the way that I wish it did? Okay, that's too short. We probably wanted to do a bit longer, kind of like that, probably. Maybe it's the shoulders. The shoulder is a bit low. Maybe it's a bit higher, perhaps. Anatomy is so hard to learn. Honestly, it takes forever. I know. I've been like, I don't understand like how like how some people like can like learn anatomy like it's nothing, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, okay, like not saying that it's like that's like a bad thing. Like I'm really happy for like these people who've like mastered this skill, because then like maybe, just maybe, I can, you know, get a little droplet of their knowledge and their wisdom. I need their art wisdom. Shower me in that art wisdom as I make my spider human. Or sorry, my multi-armed human. And as for this person, the references I'm using, the person has a hoodie on. My question is, should I have the hoodie on or should I have the hoodie off? That's the thing. I'm thinking I'll make a separate layer where one is with the hoodie down and then the other one is with the hoodie up. And then maybe we can make like a we can make a would it be like a jurisdiction, or would it be like a decision after I do that. So we're just gonna quickly, man, how do I do a hoodie from behind? Okay, it's kind of like a weird shape like this. It's like that from the reference that I'm using, of course. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that when the hoodie's down, of course. Kind of looks like that, where it's like you can almost not see the neck at all. It's mainly just hoodie. Like everything you see is just hoodie. Hoodie could mean hiding your emotions. Adding a theme in the hoodie off could mean fine, like it's just some normal guy. Okay, that's the thing. Like maybe I should do a mix of both, because it's like in this meme, it's not necessarily about hiding your feelings. It's more about like me being self-aware of my own feelings and like what's going on in my own head, I suppose. It's more about self-awareness of anything, but at the same time I also like the hoodie thing. So like maybe the hoodie can like have like some moments where it goes up and then like the hands can get more like hostile and stuff, where it's like a glitch for like a split second, you know? And you know, like my original character persona is a TV head, which is still very much a thing. I am going to be incorporating that into like my whole brand and stuff. And so like maybe like having like little glitches for these still frames could be like showing like a more darker undertone that can sometimes occur, where it's like I don't want it to be the prominent tone, because that's not really what's going on. It's like the prominent tone is more positive, where it's like, hey, you're understanding what's going on. It's still not great, but it's not like horrendous, you know? It's horrendous and you know, it's like stuff like that. And I don't know why I just like lost my train of thought. Yeah, it's like I kind of want to go for that sort of theme, where it's like the general tone is very positive, and also this feels like the music is kind of loud, so I'm gonna quickly just gonna quickly put that down for just a smidge. It's like the tone is very, you know, it's like it's more positive rather than negative in nature, but there are like some negative elements that are incorporated in that, so that's kind of my reasoning for it. As for the actual sleeves, let me take a look at that picture again. Interesting. Okay, it's kind of like, okay, so if I have it out like this, it looks more kind of like duck arms, and so I'm gonna fix that. Looks more like, I look more like a duck boy, ducky. There we go. We're gonna fix that. It's actually a bit like once again back to the foreshortening angles. This is one of those angles where the elbow is actually more like right here, where it goes like this. It's very, very, it's like, it's kind of like the elbows are facing backwards more than anything instead of sideways. So I'm gonna incorporate that as I, you know, analyze this situation, as it were. It's not completely perpendicular because that's not realistic, but it's not completely out like a duck. We don't have duck arms. By the way, if you are a duck and you are watching this, this is not, you know, me saying that ducks are not allowed. Ducks are very much allowed on my stream. Duckies are welcome, and, you know, we like ducks. We like ducks. Who doesn't love a cute duck every now and then? You know, we got Donald Duck, we've got Daisy Duck, we've got Scrooge McDuck, we've got Daffy Duck, we've got all these different cartoon ducks. You know, it's just a big, you know, field full of ducks. That's what my stream is. Just ducks everywhere. It's like that one meme with that kid where it's just like, look at all those chickens, you know? It's like that's us, except it's just duck, you know? Lots and lots of ducks. So I seem to get the general shape a bit better this time, and then, like, obviously, like, this will probably just kind of like fade off into like a dark void probably, because I want to put more emphasis on like what's going on with the person. The background's gonna be very simplistic, nothing too crazy. Look at all those chickens. And so, you know, it's like We're doing stuff like that probably, you know, like something a little bit more like that, and then maybe a little bit something more like a that, and that, and that, and that, and that. There we go. Just like that. Epic. Alright, cool. And actually, one thing I learned randomly, I don't know who said this, but someone said it, and I found it very, very helpful. And if the artist happens to find this, feel free to just be like, hey, I'm the person who said that. There was a tip that I learned, like, randomly one day when I was just scrolling through Pinterest, I believe, where someone said, the way how you can tell if someone's facing behind and it's anatomically correct is if you were to put the person's face directly in front, like this, and it looks normal. Which in this case, it does look normal, and so that's how I know that I'm doing something right, as it were. I'm doing something right. And then we're gonna fix the sleeves so that we can make them disappear. Boop. And boop. Just like that. Alright, cool. We're getting a general idea. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere. Just kind of like that. And then as for hoodie number 2, we're just gonna draw right over it, just so that I can get a general idea on what I'm doing. And it's pretty basic. It's just like a triangle almost. The focal point is right here. This is me just like talking to myself, making sure that I don't, you know, mess it up, because I'm horrible at drawing hoodies. Like, hoodies are so difficult. Like, hoodies, when they're down, easy. So easy. It's like, once you ask me, hey, I want you to draw the hoodie, you know, like, going upwards so that it goes over someone's head, it takes so much time. Like, this drawing right here, I spent so much time on just the hoodie itself to make it kind of look like an Obi-Wan Kenobi sort of thing, you know? We're pulling out Star Wars. We're pulling out Star Wars references, and I didn't even have a Star Wars reference up at the time. I know. It's like, hoodies are interesting because it's like there's different kinds of hoodies where it's like there's the ones that, you know, it's like it goes directly up, right? Like some of them are super, I guess, fitted, as it were, like very fit to the body, but then others are a little bit more, you know, like a little bit more rounded, kind of like this one, you know, like this one's kind of like more like a middle tone almost. But yeah, like I've noticed that that's like a reoccurring theme. And as for this, I'm thinking we're probably gonna, you know, make a sharp angle right here just to kind of show where the hoodie is, kind of like that, and then that should do it. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, and then as for this, we'll just kind of put that down the middle, just to kind of, you know, create some dimension, as it were. Or as my art professor told me this last semester, contour drawing, just to kind of give me a general idea of the shape, as it were. And then we're going to kind of, you know, go up this way. It's a very rounded shape, so we got to go up like this, you know, kind of like that. A very contour-like shape, almost. Kind of like that. Yeah, that's how I learned how to do the 3/4 angle from the back, sketching it facing forward and then drawing it facing back. Yeah. For me personally, I just like looked at things and I just copied it. Like I never really had like a specific method or style. Like I just kind of copied other people, and then eventually I got my own style like through time. But yeah, that's honestly a good way to like learn how to draw. Because you totally lose the character's hair, unless if you make it Jedi, in which case sometimes they look too fantastical for the vibe. Just hoodies, man, they suck to draw. Honestly, yeah. It's like sometimes the Jedi hoodie can look really cool. Other times it just looks like it looks wrong, which is why I always make my hoodies super, super big. Like, it's like, this one is, like, very big, you know, it's like, there's, like, not very, like, it's not very fitted to the body, it's very, what's the right word, it's very, I guess, it just hangs over the figure, so, yeah, absolutely, you're absolutely right about that. Alright, so we're actually gonna make this all one big layer. or sorry, one big folder. We're gonna call this hoodie arms thing because I'm great at titles. And we're actually gonna make another folder within that folder just for the base sketch. And now we're gonna work on the arms. This is probably gonna take the longest for me personally, because I am, once again, I'm okay with drawing arms. You know, arms are arms. You know, it's nothing too crazy. The Matrix. Yes. I'm like here, like this may not be a chaotic stream like my Minecraft streams, but you know what? We've got a little bit of, you know, we got some lore going on. We got some lore. Yeah, so for the arms, I'm just gonna pull up arm drawing reference just because I am lazy. Let's see, what do the peoples say I should do? Let's see, open image, a new tab. Let's see, what else do we got? We got all these different hands and arms. Got all these sorts of things going on. For the arms themselves, do I want it to look like a human arm, or do I want it to look like something else? Probably like a humanoid arm almost, where it's like, it's obviously like human-like, where it's like, it's got the same shape and stuff like that, but it's not an actual human arm. Get what I'm saying? Oh, perfect. This is actually a reference that was like very similar to like the idea I had earlier. No way, that's awesome. Let me see, we're gonna do this. And whoop. And then we're gonna do one more reference, just pulling things up because that's probably a good idea. And then we're gonna search up the different hand gestures. Middle finger. Let's see. Okay, we got that. We want a real reference. Kind of like, you know. Man, why are like none of these like good? Like all of these like look they look unnatural, you know? It's like what's the most natural? This one honestly kind of looks natural, even though it's a stock image. It's better than nothing. Okay, and then of course I'll do all the other hand gestures after. But first we gotta draw the arms. Let me see. Okay. So for the arms, I'm gonna make it a different color. Probably gonna make it like the color like red or pink. You know, something that stands out so I know where everything is. And as for the arms that connect, I remember seeing somewhere that arms should have, you know, like their own joints personally, where it's like there's a joint here, right, for the regular human arms. But since these are not technically a part of the person's body and it's more symbolic of anything, I'm thinking I can get a little more creative with it, I suppose. Like, I think I have, like, a creative liberty. I've heard that some arms can go even, like, back here, you know? Like, right there. And, like, some, like, on the sides even, you know, like, right in this area. And, like, I'm thinking, like, even, like, having, like, some arms coming out of the, like, the hip area even. I think that would be pretty sick. I think that'd be pretty cool. And I think that's really like the only areas I can possibly think of that I think would like fit the vibe personally. You know, like just like these general areas. Because it doesn't really connect to anything. So as for these arms that are like right back here, this looks like eyes. Hello! Yay! Sub. Wow, I am just a shame. I have no shame for the amount of marketing I do. All right. So as for this arm, there's definitely going to be a lot of foreshortening for this. This will actually be good practice for me. But let's first start with the sides because that'll be easier for me personally. For this one, you're totally fine, my guy. Yay, thank you. Let's see. We're going to do this one. We're going to do like that kind of. And like everything's going to be kind of like out. It's going to kind of like like the duck arms that I had earlier. This is like that's what's going to be going on for like these arms. So like let's see which emotion is which. I should probably also think of that. Let's see. So happiness will probably be the right hand. Yeah, the right hand. So it'll be happiness I said was like waving and stuff like that. So it'll probably be like, you know, like up here. You know, it's going to be more like a gesture, you know, like very loose, you know, kind of like that. It's like, and I think the hands are actually going to be, should the hands be facing backwards or should it be facing towards the camera? That's the thing. Like, I don't know that either, you know? It's like, should the fingers be facing, like, that way or this way, you know? It's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Let's see. How about, like, that, maybe? Yes, like, that'll be happiness. Happy hand. Anger will probably be, you know, like, probably this one where it's going to be kind of a bit more tense, I suppose, where it's like, you know, it's going to be more like that. So maybe, like, a lot of foreshortening right here, and then we're going to do, but it kind of has to be at the side, so maybe more like, that's going to be a really weird angle, though. That's my issue. Probably going to have to do it like this. Probably towards the camera because the emotion is the focal point, not the anatomical shape of the hand. Good point, actually. Good point. Yeah, I like that. All right, so that'll actually make it easier for me personally. So, if the hand's facing this way, I can probably have it like go down like that, and then up like that, and then like it kind of stops right here, and then that's the, you know, we're gonna scribble right here for the sensor hand. Yeah, but that's actually a good point, making the emotion the focal point, because that is the whole point. All right, let's see. And then how about for sadness? Sadness will probably be like, you know, kind of like, we're gonna have to move everything up. So hold up, let me just, boop. It's gonna like take up a lot of space on the canvas, but that's okay. Let's see, we're gonna kind of do like something like maybe something a bit more like, you know, kind of like right there. It's just like kind of down, you know, like nothing too crazy, kind of like that, you know, like very, very, very sad, very somber. You know, it's like there's like a whole much more. There's much more life to these other ones. This one's just kind of like I'm dead. So happiness, anger, sadness, confusion would probably be like, ooh, what if like confusion was kind of like this? Hold up, like that, and then kind of goes like at an angle. Like, wait, no, hold up, like this, like angle there, and then like it's kind of like, you know, like scratching your head with like your finger, where it's just like, huh, like I don't know what that's about, you know, kind of like that, where it's just like, like what does that mean, you know, kind of like that vibe, you know, something along those lines, where it's like, like what does that mean? And then let's see, how about, and then for this one, I'm thinking something more along the lines of, let's say, so confusion, anger, sadness, happiness, and what's another emotion that people feel? that sounds wrong, or it's like what are feelings? What do feelings mean? Dang, I need some water. Hold up. I got some water. I got some water. Ugh. My throat's all, my throat's all messed up. Let's see. Okay, so anger, confusion, happiness, sadness, and, hold up. Let's see. Intrigued, scared, or frantic. I kind of like fear. Kind of like, ugh. Oh, like excited. Okay. Yeah, like excitement and happiness kind of go hand in hand. So, like that would be like this whole area, and like I could even like make it like it's like kind of like a little like thing where it's like, hey, look, like it's doing a whole bunch of different things. Like hello, it's like it's got this whole thing going on. And as for but I like fear. Fear is definitely like a good one. I'll definitely like make that one like maybe like this perhaps. It's like down, up, or maybe even like like so like that's a bit more foreshortening once again. It's like that even. It's like kind of like a kind of like when your fingers curl in and you're like kind of like that. Kind of like that, like that. I would describe that as fear-ish. Kind of something along the lines of that. And then you would have that, and it would change like different, like different hoodies, different expressions, giving different ideas and stuff. Yeah, I think I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, I like that. All right, yeah. I think that's actually a good this is a very, very short stream. I don't want to make it too short though. So maybe perhaps brainstorming other ideas might be a good idea while I'm here. So I'll pull up another, nope, not a copied layer. Nope. We're going to make a new layer. And this was going to be, like just like a brainstorm layer. So we're going to make it the color blue. For the next like couple of others, there's actually going to be some frames I'm going to do completely separately from streams because I want it to be very I want it to be kind of like a big reveal where it's like I want some parts to like everyone to like have some ideas to contribute and stuff like that, which is really, really cool. And I also want like other things where it's like not everyone, where it's like no one really knows like what's gonna happen next. Like I want there to be like a big reveal, So I'm thinking for the other stuff that I can like explore perhaps maybe like like kind of like a I'm almost thinking kind of like a face, like a face that gets really up close, but it's not like a typical face, I don't know why, but like I've been frequently like thinking about like what is it called, those cursed emojis, it's like those cursed emojis where it's just like it's like very like heavy foreshortened angles and stuff like that, where it's like you're kind of like that, where it's just like it's like it's definitely not like a regular emoji, but it's definitely like it looks like an emoji but it doesn't. So I'm thinking maybe like doing like a spin on that almost, where it's kind of like maybe like what if it's like an emoji, right, but like in like a phone, like a phone, like a very fat phone. And then we got like like an emoji like right in the middle, or like an iPad or something, it's like that, kind of like something along the lines of that. And then it's like the emoji, like the eyes especially, because I tend to be very expressive with my eyes when I draw characters and stuff. Like the emoji's eyes can show different feelings, where it's like everything else is very, you know, like very stagnant, but only the eyes are the things that are changing. Kind of like with this drawing right here, where it's like I put the symbol right here in the eyes, which is different from all the other symbols on top of the other drawing. So I'm thinking something along the lines of that. You know, it's like kind of like where it's like one minute it can be blue, the other minute it would be like red and stuff like that, you know. But it would be very frantic, you know. It would be kind of almost like static in a way, you know. It's like when a TV like gets all messed up and stuff, and then it's like you got like a static screen, kind of something along the lines of that. I could probably even like make this like a whole green screen, and then like I can like include like a static GIF or GIF, like as a layer underneath the emoji layer. So that would probably be the idea that I would go with personally. You know, like I think that would work. All that stuff. Yeah, and you know what? Like, I think this. You could have the background be kind of flat and minimal shading and then have a lot of really deep shading on the emoji and harsh lights, making it kind of look like it's coming out of the phone at you. I like that. Because that actually really does capture, like, the element of surprise that tends to come with, like, the emotion and experience I'm talking about within this animation I'm making. So I kind of like that. I like that a lot. We're gonna do that. I like that. So, yeah, I really like that. Hold up. I'm actually gonna make a quick note of that. Alright, I made a quick note of it. I really like that recommendation. I can probably, like, work on that either in the next stream or, you know, like, sometime on my own. But yeah, hopefully this gets done pretty soon. I am gonna be working on the other YouTube project. That's the tutorial. And actually, I think that's a good place to wrap up the stream. It's a very short stream. I'm very sorry for making it so short. I'm trying to get better at, like, having a better consistent schedule with, like, all of my artwork and, like, how, like, all the content that I make, especially because, you know, it's like there's always a lot going on, and you're totally fine. Thank you. I definitely, like, would do a longer stream, but I'm, like, once again, like I said at the very beginning, I'm a little bit under the weather, so my throat is, like, it's just, like, save me. You know, it's like, and, actually, I don't know if I told anyone this, but I actually got my hair cut recently, and so all the drawings of me with my longer mullet is actually incorrect now, and my head is actually, like, it's actually, like, significantly shorter now. I believe I've been posting on TikTok, again, and so you guys can, like, go check out the videos and, like, see me with my short hair. And I may or may not have been doing eye reveals and all that stuff as well, because I just, you know, I kind of felt like it. I was like, you know what, like, I feel comfortable with showing my face. Well, not my complete face, obviously, but, like, my eyeballs. You know, it's like, I want people to look into my eyes and be like, yep. You know, it's like, there's nothing else going on, you know. It's just, hey, hi. You made it just at the end of the stream. But this will be a VOD, so you can definitely check it out, like, when it's done. Thanks for joining. Yeah, bad timing. Oh no. I'm sorry. If only my throat was, you know, if my throat was nicer to me, then maybe. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah. Next time. Next time. Oh my gosh, my throat is just absolutely annihilated right now. Alrighty, guys. I'm gonna have to wrap things up right now. I gotta go take care of my voice, my throat. And if you don't post, you'll post it for me. Oh my gosh! Thank you. Go drink some tea. Yeah. I will. Yeah, I'll definitely drink some tea. My throat is just like, it's just like, it's not having a good time. Alrighty, I'll wrap things up now. Have a good day, both of you. Bye!